Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm taking a look at the Bandai S.H Figuarts Star Wars First Order Stormtrooper Heavy Gunner. Now this was a Tamashii Web exclusive, so the box is a little bit different from what we're used to seeing. There's no window. Kind of freaked me out when I pulled it out of the shipping package, but you know what? It's the figure inside that matters. The packaging, whatever. They could stick it in a brown cardboard box for all I care. I just want the figure. But I know there's other people out there that prefer packaging, nice packaging. It has a picture of the figure on the front, clearly labeled, logos, pretty picture on the side, pretty pictures on the back, and then some stuff at the bottom I can't read. It probably says something like, "Sucker, you just bought the same figure again," with some harnesses on the chest and a different weapon. Congratulations. I'm gonna get this open and see exactly what is going on here. And there you go, all out of the package. And like I said, this is pretty much the first release of the First Order Stormtrooper, but with some changes. Of course, it has the shoulder harness and stuff. It's actually sculpted to the figure. It's not removable. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a separate piece. So that makes the chest piece and the abdomen piece new pieces. A new leg piece too. So not completely the same. Mostly. But I can't deny the whole figure is sculpted nicely, the paint is applied nicely, everything just falls into place. Now, like I said, the harness itself is sculpted to the figure. You can see right here, you bring it up, it just comes around right here. I don't know why I thought it was removable, but it just looks that way. And then it comes around to the top. It's nice. It looks like it was laid right over and it doesn't move. That's the biggest thing for me. I was afraid the straps, if it were removable, it'd be all crazy to keep in place here. It stays there. I'm good with that. And then as you can see, the pistol has the two holes right here. Whereas the first version didn't have the holes. It had the longer mount right there. Now I'm not going to go over articulation here. It's pretty much the same as the first version. You can go back and watch that review there. But just believe me, it's got great articulation. Range of movement in the head is amazing. The shoulders too. It's a little bit hindered with the shoulder pad. It wants to pop up. It's hard to keep there. And then the hips don't drop down. So it's not as posable as a lot of other Figuarts, but most of it's there. I mean, range of movement. And then there's also the limitations of the armor itself. You don't get quite as much range as you would like a human figure, a non-armored figure, but trust me, it's all there. Now for accessories, 3 sets of hands, 2 fists, pretty standard at this point. Left and right trigger fingers for the pistol, then open hands. And these hands are to hold the big friggin' gun that it comes with. But before we get to that, it comes with the pistol, good sculpt here, good paint, and then the big friggin' gun. I don't know what this is called. I don't know the technical term for this rifle. It's gonna call it big friggin' gun. Now, it does mount up on this stand. It's a heavy gun. I can see why you would want to stand to hold it, to fire it, but it also comes with another attachment that makes it look like the mount is folded up into the gun. The problem comes in with the figure trying to hold it. It is a little bit fiddly to get in there. You can get the thumb in there, and you can kind of get the hand, but it doesn't really want to grip it. It's just the limitation of how that actually goes up in there. You can fake it, hold it against the body, bring this other hand around. It looks all right, but I'm afraid after a while it's going to fall out. So of course it sticks there to prove me wrong, of course. Can't reach across really well, so you got to kind of just get it in there. The other problem I have with it is this hand isn't open enough to actually hold the barrel of the gun, and there's not another place to hold it. For comparison, here's the heavy gunner with the first version of the First Order Stormtrooper. Like I said, pretty much the same figure, just some different parts here and there. Pistol here is actually from the Black Series Stormtrooper, or one of them. It came somewhere, I don't remember, but it ended up in this one's hands. And then here's the heavy gunner with the Black Series First Order Stormtrooper. Black Series is a little bit softer in sculpt. The color is a little bit duller. The white isn't as bright, but you get into certain lights and the figure art seems to be like a greenish, yellowish hue to it. It's not quite white, but the Black Series has a gray tone to it. But you can see the Black Series a little bit taller, a little bit thicker. This is what makes me think, especially since I mix and match on the shelf, this is what makes me think of the Figuarts figures as females. So they're females on my shelf. That's cool with me. So at the end of the day, I like this figure. It's not my favorite First Order Stormtrooper, but it will go in the mix on my shelf. Like I said, it's a little bit off-white, it's a little bit small, it's a little bit fiddly to get the big friggin' gun in her hands. So yes, a couple of negatives, but on the shelf it cuts an imposing silhouette. Just holding that gun and having those harnesses just ready to kick some ass on the battlefield. So yeah, she'll make it in the display. I'm happy with it. It's a little bit expensive being a Tamashii Web exclusive, and to make that price feel a little bit higher even still is that most of the figure is reuse. Yeah, it has that against it, but it's a first order Stormtrooper. It's Star Wars Figuarts. I can't pass it up. I'm not going to army build this. This will be my heavy gunner on the shelf. She will be the one and only for now. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. There's the standard face, just kind of solemn, just neutral face. And then he comes with this smiling face. In a couple of early reviews we saw, the hair was kind of up and made him look kind of derpy. Thankfully, the hair does fit on right. Looks like a normal Luke smiling. And I don't really remember him this smiley. I'm sure there was a scene somewhere